Have you ever been told, "You're so mature for your age"? Not as a compliment, but as an observation. While others were busy chasing excitement, you were questioning life. While others wanted attention, you wanted meaning. That's the psychology of an old soul. And no, it's not mystical, it's psychological. What is an old soul, psychologically? An old soul is someone whose emotional and cognitive development outpace their environment. Psychologically, this happens when a person learns early that emotions matter, life is fragile, people are complex. Instead of reacting impulsively, old souls observe, analyze, and reflect. They don't just live life, they interpret it. Early emotional responsibility shapes the old soul. Many old souls didn't have a carefree childhood. They were the child who listened to adults' problems, took care of siblings, learned not to be a burden, became emotionally self-sufficient early. A 10-year-old notices their parent coming home exhausted and angry every day. So they stop asking for toys. They stop crying. They become easy. No one tells them to, but they adapt. Years later, that child is an adult who reads emotions instantly, feels responsible for others' feelings, struggles to ask for help. That's not personality. That's survival shaping maturity. Old souls. Think in depth, not speed. Old souls don't process life quickly. They process it deeply. Their brain is constantly asking, why does this matter? What does this say about human nature? What's beneath this behavior? Two people go through a breakup. One says, it is what it is. The old soul asks, why did this hurt so much? What did it reveal about my attachment style? Why do I love the way I do? Old souls don't move on fast. They move on wisely. They feel disconnected from their generation. Old souls often feel out of place socially, not because they're antisocial, but because loud environments drain them, shallow conversations bore them, trend-driven behavior feels empty. At a gathering, everyone is talking about gossip, money, or social media. The old soul tries to join in, but feels invisible. Later that night, they sit alone listening to music, thinking about life, relationships, and purpose, and feel more alive than they did all evening. That's not introversion. That's misalignment. Old souls are emotionally empathic, sometimes too much. Old souls feel everything. Tone changes, energy shifts, unspoken tension. Psychologically, they have high emotional sensitivity. Someone says, I'm fine, with a smile. Everyone else believes it. The old soul feels the sadness immediately. This makes old souls great friends, deep listeners, natural healers. But it also makes them emotionally tired. They absorb what others ignore. They romanticize the past because it feels safer. Old souls often love old songs, vintage films, quiet cafes, history. Not because the past was better, but because it feels slower and more intentional. An old soul listens to music from decades they never lived in and feels emotional, almost nostalgic. That's the brain craving. Depth over speed, meaning over noise, presence over performance. It's not about time. It's about pace. Emotional loneliness is the biggest struggle. Old souls can be surrounded by people and still feel alone because they don't just want company. They want connection. They can talk for hours with someone, but still feel misunderstood. Why? Because few people want to go where old souls naturally live. Emotions, truth, vulnerability, silence. So old souls learn to be alone, not because they want to, but because they have to. The strength people don't see old souls often become writers who articulate what others feel, friends who listen without judgment, creators who give language to pain, people who love deeply and honestly. They don't dominate rooms. They anchor them. If you've always felt like You matured too early, you think too deeply, you feel too much, you don't fit easily, you're not broken, you're an old soul, built for meaning in a world obsessed with noise. And one day, someone will meet you and finally feel understood.